Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 10. Day 10, double digits. Can you believe it? Double digits. Day 10 of Discover Crowsnest Pass. And what we are doing at Uplift Adventures is we are bringing the outdoors to you. Not everyone can get outside right now, and some of you can't get out to the mountains right now. So this is where we come in and we bring the mountains to you. Today I want to discover a little bit about deer. So some deer facts. I did a deer program a few years ago and it's really fun. Deer are super interesting creatures, and every time I say a deer fact today, I want you to say, "Oh dear."
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right, come join me on the trail. Let's go. Today I'm just walking above my house, door to adventure. So I left my front door and now I'm walking through the trees looking for treasures and deer sightings. Woo-hoo-hoo. What do we got here? All right, you ready for your first deer fact? So deer have been around for 3 million years. That's a long time. I mean, the earth has been around a lot longer. I mean, the earth has been around for billions of years. But for a species to be around 3 million years, that's a long time. And they are very adaptive. They can adapt to whatever the environment is that they are in. And that is why there are more than 60 species of the Cervidae family. So a deer is part of the Cervidae family.
Oh dear.
Oh dear! Lots and lots of deer. We have 2 deer species in Alberta. We have white-tailed deer and we have mule deer. And mule deer are the ones that we find most commonly in Crowsnest Pass. Whitetails you'll see the odd time, but you'll find them more out by Pincher Creek. And mule deer, I see them almost every day. They love my backyard. Humans have made basically a buffet for deer. They have so much food available and they like those open spaces. So we've just created the most beautiful places for deer. Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Now we know a little bit about deer, and now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what they look like. So deer quite often have very large ears, and they're cone-shaped ears, and that helps them to hear. They're light-colored brown, and they're different depending on what kind of deer species it is. But a mule deer, for example, has a tail with a little black spot on the bottom of it. And when it runs away, you see that little black spot, and you also see a white flag, like a whitetail as well. They also have that white flag. Deer basically rely on their hearing and their smelling to detect. So they don't really use their eyesight like you and I. You and I are like, oh look, there's Darren. He's wearing a red jacket and he's hiding behind a tree. Deer don't think like that. Deer will be more thinking about, what does Darren smell like? So they'll use their sense of smell, and they have about 3 million olfactory sensors, where humans have about 5 million. So if Darren doesn't smell very good, the deer is going to figure it out a little faster than I will. They can even smell from up to 100 meters away, so that's quite far. Sometimes you'll notice when you're coming up on a deer, you'll notice it just, it stops and it starts twitching its nose. That's because it's trying to smell you. It can't see things like you and I see it. They see motion a little bit better, but they are trying to smell you, trying to listen for you and figure out what you are based on that. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Have you ever wondered why deer come out at night? And why they come out at dawn and how annoying that is, because you're driving and then they're like, oh hey, I'm just gonna run in front of you and then I'm gonna stop. And you hit it. I have yet to hit a deer and I hope I never do, but Have you ever wondered why? Probably not. You probably just think, oh, they're stupid animals. But they're not stupid animals. They have more cones than rods in their eyes. And what that means is that they see better at night. And when you are going and you're shining your headlight out at them, you're basically stunning them. So when you come out at nighttime and you shine your headlights, they're like, I can't see anything. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being stupid and running me over. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Another thing is that deer are considered nocturnal or crepuscular. And what that means is nocturnal, they're more active at nighttime, and then crepuscular means that they are active at dawn and dusk. So you're not going to see them as often during the day. Fun fact. As you may know, deer are active year-round and they don't migrate to another place. They stay where they are all year round, so summer and winter. So what do the deer even eat in the winter time? Well, the first day one of Discover Crowsnest Pass, we did talk a little bit about that, and we showed you some twigs that the deer eat. So that's called browsing. So deer in the winter time, they do lower their metabolic rate, and they eat bark and twigs, and that's called browsing. So they browse like cattle graze, deer browse off of things. And deer do have 4 stomachs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like a cow. You've probably heard of a cow having 4 stomachs, and there's a term for that. It's called ruminant. So R-U-M-I-N-A-N-T. They're a ruminant. So what they do is they go and they chow. They chow on this twig. I can't even pick it up. That's how tough they are. But it'll chow, chew on it, and chow, chew on it. And they go, and then they swallow it. And then they regurgitate it. So they bring it back up and they chew on it some more. And they do that over and over and over again. And that's how they digest these really, really tough fibers like twigs. Quite often you'll see deer laying down on the ground and they're just chewing away. And that's what they're doing. They are digesting. They're taking our version of a siesta, and they're digesting all of that material that they had just eaten. They are herbivores, which means that they don't eat grass, or they don't eat meat. They do eat a lot of grass and other things like that in the summertime. And they also really like to eat any plants that I put in my backyard. So they eat all of that, and that's why I can't have nice things. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Deer are not horny creatures. They have antlers. Horns and antlers are very different. Now, some of you might disagree with me when I say that, because deer do really like to mate. Now, in the fall is when the rutting season is going on, and the females are in heat for 5 to 6 days. And during that time, the male deers, they are very, very active. They won't even sleep. They will mate with as many females as possible during that time. Another thing with antlers that's different from horns is that the Cervidae family, the males all grow antlers, and they lose their antlers every year. Now, there is one critter in the Cervidae family that the female actually grows antlers, and that's caribou. So the caribou also grow antlers for the females. They will shed their antlers every year, and quite often you'll hear hunters say that they are going to go out and look for sheds. It's because they're trying to find those antlers to lure them in during hunting season. And these antlers are so impressive. They're some of the fastest growing tissue in the world. The antlers can grow up to 1 inch every 2 days. That is super impressive. So antlers are a really cool thing. And when you see the antlers growing, they even have blood vessels going through them, and they are just so complex, and they're such a neat thing about the Cervidae family. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Better.
Oh dear. All right, that ends our tour today. Really hope that you enjoyed our oh dear and fun facts about deer. There's so many more cool facts about deer that we can share with you, but there's only so much time. So a few little updates. Make sure that you stay tuned to our website, upliftadventures.ca. We have trips that are happening this summer and we're updating our website daily right now. You can also sign up for our newsletter, and we send out a newsletter about every couple of weeks with some updates, and we give special deals in the newsletter that we don't share with anybody else. And what else can I tell you? Do your door to adventure challenge. We already have been seeing some of you doing that, and we love watching that, so make sure you tag us and do the door to adventure challenge. All right, stay safe, stay healthy, stay awesome.